Hey guys, it's Jade. I kind of wanted to make this for a while now, but I wasn't sure how to go about it. And I guess the timing is right to do this because the fact that, BAP is coming back tomorrow. Yes, I'd say tomorrow. So, perfect timing. And I mean, basically, what I want to talk about is just I guess how just BAP's popularity just like dramatically dropped, since for the past 2 years. So, I mean, I've talked about BAP on my channel, but I don't talk about them as much as I do like Big Bang, because y'all know I love Big Bang. But like for me, like 21 is my ultimate favorite K-pop group ever. But like BAP and Big Bang, when it comes to the guys, they're like number one for me. I love both groups. I got into both groups when I like to call my experimenting phase in K-pop. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, because of Big Bang, I was introduced to BAP. So, that's how it is. And I had just been a fan of everything they've done since 2013. And I'm not the only one that's noticed this, but like definitely, 2014, they were definitely rising in popularity, especially when they came out with First Sensibility and how well that did. They won their first music show. And honestly, I felt like BAP should have been winning music shows when it came out with Warrior, because whoever you ask, you can ask anybody. Anyone will tell you Warrior is one of like the best K-pop debuts ever. Like ever. Like that's on the same list as like, Fire and Replay and stuff like that. Like it's that good. It's that good. Especially when they debuted, they came out with something different, something fresh, and something we hadn't seen before. Like their whole concept was so different. And when they debuted around the same time as EXO. So it's like, then it's like EXO, when they debuted, they had a hype, you know what I'm saying? They had a huge following because, SM was hyping them up prior to their debut. So it's like, when people really liked EXO because of, their hype and, stuff leading up to their debut and stuff like that. But so it's like 2012, it was like B.A.P and EXO. That was like the groups that people was really, really talking about, even though there was a bunch of other groups that debuted that year. But everyone was talking about EXO and B.A.P. You know what I'm saying? So, 2013 comes, B.A.P comes back with One Shot and Batman, and they go on their first tour, and then they debut in Japan. So they were just hustling, just out here with mad comebacks and all this other shit. And then 2014 comes, ain't shit changed. They came with their first full-length album. And a lot of people, like a lot of babies were like, it's been like in the making. Like people felt like they should have been having, the first full-length album like forever ago. But then that did so well. And like I said before, they won their first music show. And then they won their first world tour. So, and it was an actual world tour, not, just a couple shows in the States and just throughout Asia. Like they literally was like everywhere, right? So, and then I feel like at this point, I said B.A.P was just building their popularity. But then after they released their fourth single album, fourth, right? Because I'm plugged with the fourth. I think so. Yeah. So Unplugged 2014 with their fourth single album. Then after that, nothing. And then all of a sudden, the end of 2014 comes, and Silent Moon had debuted, and all of a sudden, like right when they debuted, all of a sudden we get the news that they're suing TS, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I mean, 2014 was just a shitty year, period, between, people leaving their groups and, the whole ladies code situation and the Sawol tragedy and just a whole bunch of other drama that happened that year. But I feel like the whole thing with B.A.P was definitely shocking to a lot of people. And so it just reminded me of Black B all over again. Like when Black B was suing Stardom, well, back when it was still called Stardom, after like they had came out with Blockbuster, and that's when like, Black B was like really like it just reminded me of it reminded me so much of that. Like when Black B came back with Blockbuster after they had their scandal, the whole Thailand scandal before that, and they came out with Blockbuster and it did so well. A lot of people was really fucking with Black B, but then all of a sudden they sued Stardom, and then it was just the whole group was in limbo, and it was just that's what just reminded me of. And so, you know, the B.A.P, they had the lawsuit, and we're just like, fuck, what's gonna happen? Like, is the group gonna disband? And no one knows. So come 2015, we're just stuck with questions. And I mean, Zello had released some songs, Jungkook had released a song, so we got something, but it wasn't B.A.P. So I know I'm not the only person that was really worried, because it was like, fuck, please don't let them disband, because I would have been really, really upset, because at that point, there wasn't a group that I really liked that had disbanded, besides, yeah, no, because C-Clan hadn't disbanded at that point, so there wasn't a whole bunch of, it wasn't a whole bunch of groups disbanding at this point. So I was sitting here like, shit, what's going to happen? And so time keeps going and going. And it's like rumors spreading around that like, oh, they were going to get signed to this company, or, there was rumors that it was going to be something like similar to a Black B situation, to where a company was going to be built for them, blah, blah, blah. So then come like late 2015, we get the news that B.A.P was coming back to TS, and then I made a video about this, like, if you really feel like going back, but I did make a video about it. And I know a lot of people were torn. A lot of people were happy because they're together, and they're still making music, but then another half was like, they just wasn't trying to fuck with it, because they just wasn't here for how TS was, treating them, and just all this stuff we heard from the lawsuit, just all this drama about like how they barely made any money, and that they was basically working their asses to death. It was just, it was a mess. It was a mess. And just sidebar, just like the lawsuit, it really bothered me, because the fact that like, like I said before, 2012, it was all about B.A.P and EXO. So, how like EXO blew up in 2013 with, Growl. I feel like Hugs and Kid, or like Wolf was like the simmer, but when Growl came out, bitch, EXO blew the fuck up. Like, you can't tell me nothing. Like they was already like popular, but I feel like Growl just took EXO to the fucking outside the universe. It was ridiculous how popular they got. You know what I'm saying? And I felt that like it should have been B.A.P as well. I feel like, look, if EXO can be really popular, B.A.P should be along with them, because both groups are just equally talented. But I mean, that's how shit goes. But just the fact that like their debut year, they had 5 comebacks. And that's their debut year. Usually when someone debuts, like a female group or a boy group, they'll have like their debut and maybe one other comeback, and that's it. Like, bitch, let me see. They had 3 single albums, a mini album, and a repackage, all in 2012. Like, I don't even think fucking like TVXQ was releasing this much material when they first debuted. I don't even think so. I mean, I have to like, ask Tom and Quan because she knows better than I do. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if even like groups that were like popping was releasing this much material their first year being debuted and stuff like that. So it was just crazy. And it's like B.A.P had barely took, I don't think they really ever took any breaks. Like, they was literally out here just working and working and working. And then it's like, it pissed me off and it pissed a lot of people off, the fact that they released all these albums and they didn't get no money for it. It's like, what the fuck? Like, seriously? So there was just that. And then, you know, I was really fucking apprehensive that they were coming back. And then all of a sudden, TS was like, oh yeah, they're coming back. I'm like, wait, like, I'm thinking they weren't going to come back until like 2016. I'm thinking, okay, they're going to come back. They're going to work on the album. We good. It's like, nah, bitch, they coming out with an album. I was like, okay. And so they came out with Matrix. But see, at this time, a lot of shit had changed within that like year. I think like yeah, I think it's about like a year or so, or something like that. A lot of had changed. I mean, a lot of new groups were debuting at this point. People like 17, Monster X, Icon. Um, Shit, who debuted in 2015? I'm trying to think on top of my head. Um, Damn it. No, it's not. No. They debuted in 2016. But just, like a lot of groups were debuting at this point. And, a lot of old, second generation groups were coming back, like Girls' Generation and Big Bang and, all this other stuff was coming back. And then at this point, BTS was like, blew the fuck up. So it's like a lot of shit had changed by the time they came back. And I remember, you know, when they came up with Young Wild and Free, I just remember seeing comments like, oh, who's this group? I'm like, y'all know who B.A.P is? I'm like, what? And a lot of people were just thinking like B.A.P was a new group. I'm like, child, they've been out here since 2012. I'm like, but at the same time, at that time, a lot of new fans had came into K-pop in 2015. So like a lot of fans you see now, they've only been in K-pop for like 2 years. So whereas I've been in K-pop for like 5, and other people I know have been in for like 5+ years. So it's like, okay, I guess I can, understand that they, do not know about the, older groups, which is, I feel like they're missing out, but that's their preference. So it was just crazy seeing that, and just seeing that, like, the views for their videos weren't as, big as it used to be and stuff like that. And just like people weren't really talking about them like that. And it was just weird. It's just like, it was just unsettling. It really was unsettling. And I feel like what happened, like I said, I really felt like that lawsuit really fucked them. It really did. Because like I said, 2015, a lot of shit had changed at that point. A lot of new fans came in, all this other stuff. So it really kind of fucked them in the end. And then I think also what kind of did them in was when they announced that they were going back to TS, and a lot of people was just like, fuck it. And they just went to other groups, unfortunately. But, and it's just since then, they've released, they've been releasing material, they've been releasing stuff in Japan, and it's not the same. Like, it's not the same. Like, I feel like Noir was one of, like, I feel like it's like their best album yet, and it got slept on. Like, yes, I know Jungkook wasn't promoting with them, but still, just the album itself, not that many people was talking about it unless you were a B.A.P fan. Like, Skydive didn't win any like music shows. At least to my knowledge, I don't think it did. It's like I said, it just wasn't talked about like that, and it was weird. I was just like, ugh. It's like I said, it just felt unsettling. You know what I mean? And you know, then the whole Jungkook not promoting, taking time off, to deal with like, mental illness and stuff. And then now it's like this whole drama because they're about to go on this world tour. And a lot of fans ain't really feeling it due to the fact that they feel like they feel like B.A.P really needs to focus on their, you know, fans in Korea more than international fans. Because I would definitely say B.A.P is more popular internationally than they are in Korea. Definitely. Because I've seen B.A.P twice, and like the difference between like the audience from 2013, 2014, it definitely like doubled. It seriously like doubled. It was insane like the last time I saw them like a couple years ago. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like I guess fans would rather them stay in Korea to just, try and build up their their fandom, especially like I said with these new groups. Like these groups was getting pumped out of here like crazy. Like, they got competition. And like fucking BTS is their biggest competition because BTS is killing shit out here. Like the fact that they can go up against EXO, it's like fuck, bro. So it's like you got EXO, you got BTS, you got Monster X and 17, and like even like Astro and you know what I'm saying, just like other groups. It's like it's crazy. Like the competition is getting real fucking crazy these days than it was before. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just I don't know what could happen. I mean, obviously, like I'll always support B.A.P regardless. That's without a doubt. I love B.A.P to death, and I always support them, whether they go on to like EXO level or they stay the same as they are now. But it does feel weird, and it's just like it's more like a damn situation. The fact that they're so talented, and then they just have the potential to be really really great, but I don't know what's kind of keeping them from getting there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the music, it's not the people. So I don't know what it is keeping them from being, going to their fullest potential. I don't know. But like I said, they're supposed to come back. I think Rose supposed to come out. Today's the 5th. Today's the 5th. So it's already Monday in Korea. So probably tomorrow. So it should probably come out like tomorrow morning. So if I got my dates right. So yeah, so of course I'm gonna check it out and listen to it because I love B.A.P and I'm really excited. And I'm really excited that Jungkook is back because I didn't know when he was coming back. I just figured he was going to take like a while, so he only been gone for a couple months. But it's good to see him back. So, but yeah, so yeah, like I said, I don't know. I don't really know what can happen to where they can kind of go back to where it was. I don't know. But yeah, so I guess if you are a fan, if you agree with me, if you don't agree, let me know. We'll talk about it. And yeah, I'm gonna get out of here and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.